This clip is from The Buckle Bomb Show. New episodes drop every Sunday at youtube.com/Bomb Media Productions. The next subject, Pete Dunne made his debut on SmackDown the other night with Sheamus and Ridge Holloway is his name, right?
Ridge Holland.
Ridge Holland, okay. I'd never heard of him or seen him before, but Sheamus and Ridge Holland. And he's got a new nickname that seems to be what he will be get called from now on. Butch. So what do you think of Butch and his new look?
This is just you and me, Vince. If you ever see our little pissant of a show, for the love of God, quit insulting your fan base's intelligence. Quit acting like we've never seen NXT, or like he hasn't been in 100 of your video games prior to this, or like he's never been on the main roster before. Quit renaming people, for the love of God, and then not changing their character. What was it? Bearcat is what he was going with Keith Lee.
Yeah. Changed his look a little bit, yeah.
Renaming the War Raiders or Viking Raiders. I mean, we go through this time after time after time, and it's getting to the point now where it's kind of insulting. I love Pete Dunne to death, but he's been with the company for so long. That is a guy that you can't just up and give a new name to.
Well, I think there's a little tease for a Heat Seeker segment there, it seemed like. You went a little hard. But
just a little bit.
But again, hear me possibly getting accused of being a WWE apologist. I can understand, as a big media company, their promotion. Their job is to promote. And I don't want to defend it necessarily, but I understand where they're coming from to a certain degree with these name changes, with taking and him not being in the company anymore. It's its whole separate issue. But a Cesaro, taking an Antonio Cesaro and shortening it to just Cesaro, or Big E Langston to just Big E. Certainly you can understand. Yeah, things like that, taking it down and just having that one share-like name. So that way people remember it a little more. It's a little easier for the casual fan to digest and keep. I don't think it's that big a deal. Certainly I would say Kevin Nash was a bigger star as Kevin Nash than he ever was as Diesel. But, it's their style and way of promoting. And to, again, the more casual fan that barely watches, if at all, NXT, certainly doesn't watch NXT UK, they have no idea who Pete Dunne is. So, hey, here's this guy with Sheamus. Sure, Butch. Butch is his name. I don't know. The name choice itself. Okay. All right.
Let me just ask you real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to get your tinfoil out for just one moment. Does the name Kevin Dunne ring a bell to you?
Of course. No, I know who Kevin Dunne is.
Do you think now that Kevin Dunne's more of a out of the shadows kind of guy for WWE, they didn't want that association possibly? I don't know anything.
I don't think that has anything to do with it, because again, Kevin Dunne is someone only us marks know about. He's a video production guy, always behind the scenes. He's not a name that the WWE even cares for anyone to know about. Certainly we know about him and what he is, and some of the people that dislike him, or I would argue that his style of show, he's been pretty brilliant at it, but it needs to change up. I think the WWE presentation is a little stale. It's been, they update the sets and more lights and graphics and stuff, but the overall presentation has been pretty similar for 30 years now, and a lot of that's Kevin Dunne. But as far as, confusing a name Pete Dunne with Kevin Dunne on when Kevin Dunn's not a name they even care to have out there. I don't think that had anything to do with it. No.
We'll find out within the coming weeks. People always talk.
We'll see.
I'm so anti-Butch. I just want to come up with anything logical.
So give me. We're changing Pete Dunne's name. That's a done deal. You don't like Butch? Give me a better alternative. One word alternative.
One word alternative where we have to change.
We have to change Pete Dunne's name. Give me a single word name that's better than Butch.
Well,
that would work for him.
I'm not as cultured as one might believe, so I don't know a whole lot about British, Irish names. Why not go with something that is from the region of people in which you're teaming him up with, where his heritage is?
I think Butch is a more commonly used phrase over there in the UK. So,
if so, I did not know that because
I could be wrong. I don't know, but I'm trying to think. I think it is something that they said even more commonly and has a slightly different connotation than it does here. But yeah,
because I think Butch of the 50s, Leave It to Beaver. Hey, Butch, like.
Well, I mean, that's the look they kind of gave him too, right? He had the big beard, and now, well, no, he's still got a beard. It's just trimmed down.
They gave him the Newsies hat.
What's that?
In the old Newsies hat, like he's out on the corner with Tiny Tim trying to sell a newspaper.
Right, yeah. He's got the wife beater on and some. Wow. Yeah, well, we'll see. But we'll move on to the next subject here. After we'll get off WWE renaming their talent, we'll save that for maybe a future Heat Seeker segment.